Okay, so I figured I'd do a very short video of an update on my 92X Performance Beretta here. I had numerous sets of both stainless and blued finish screws or grip screws for both 92, 92FS, all the 92 series grips out there. The only problem is all the grip screws that are provided from the factory are a bit thicker on the head and the actual shaft that goes into the frame itself. So it requires some filing, and I have a file, as you can see up here, that I have used a fair amount, both sides. I need to get a file cleaner. To remove the amount of the screw that I need to allow the mag to eject properly. So, I mean, that is a huge difference. And there's no clicking. It doesn't sound loose like it did before. It's my fingernail, I think. That's the magazine over here. So that is exactly the way I wanted it to be. I wish, I hope, and I contacted Beretta about this early on and said, hey, just to let you guys know, your the factory grip screws do not allow the use of these aftermarket, but still Beretta aluminum grips. To actually use them properly without the grip screws sticking out quite a bit. They still do on this, as it sits right now. The bottom one is not, well, it sticks out quite a bit too. Without the washers even, because these aluminum grips are quite a bit smaller or slimmer than the rubber grips or the plastic, whatever the hell they are. Factory ones that are provided with the 92X Performance. But no matter what ones I have, as far as aftermarket not aftermarket, but again, factory screws, all of them have the thicker head, which means that they stick out just a slight bit more than what I wish they would. Again, if you can even freaking see that in the photo, in the video. They stick out enough to contact your hand, your thumb, your fingers, whatever on either side, it doesn't matter. But I had to file the frickin' factory screws down so they would not contact the magazine upon insertion, because with the factory screws, again, the magazine would go in, I don't know, right about there, and it would stop, and it would be a bitch to get in there. You have to fucking slam it, and even then, it wouldn't go in properly, and it sure as hell wouldn't eject. But with that, with the replacement screws filed down a fair amount, without any washers or O-rings. I wish there was some, because I have a feeling eventually, after shooting these a while, they might come a little bit loose. I kind of doubt it though, I really do. But to have a magazine that ejects like that is pretty substantial, because early on the magazine, if you had in there when you put the grips on, would not come out, even if you freaking yanked on it. And if you didn't have it in there and you try to put it in there, it would not go past this first screw. It was an absolute freaking bitch to get in there. But yeah, so there you go. There's the update on the 92X Performance. Again, I used the 92X Centurion grip screws originally on this. And let me tell you, I screwed up a ton of screws. So here I'm going to put a bunch of them down right there. If you can see, if it'll even focus on them. It's hard to tell, but a lot of those have very destroyed threads on them. and I screwed up at least 1.5 sets, because even these stainless ones were very close to getting screwed up, the ones that I put in there. And I screwed up a full set of the black, whatever finish you want to call this. I wouldn't even call it blued, but for this video I will call it blued for right now. They all got screwed up. Here's 2 more beyond that. Again, I don't think it will focus nearly enough for this, but whatever. So I screwed up threads on at least 6 screws. I bought some O-rings because that was one of the things the Beretta representative mentioned. And while they were the right size, they still weren't, because the O-ring caused the grip screw to stick out further on the hand side and still not quite be enough to prevent it from sticking into the mag well and causing that to malfunction. So I still had to file the screws quite a bit on the mag well side to allow them to stick far enough in but not too far to contact the magazine, and still allow them to be as close to flush fitting as possible, to allow you to not have to contact the screw on the outside, but they're still quite a bit sticking out. I went with the stainless steel screws that I had. I tried the blued ones. I screwed up an entire set. I wasn't going to screw on with it anymore. I figured right now I'll try the stainless set that I have, see where it goes. Worst come to worst, I have to order a new set, or try to convince Beretta to send me a bunch more. Because, again, why the hell are they selling these grips without screws that allow them to be utilized properly? It's beyond me. I don't know. I have a ton of Berettas. I don't understand this. I hope to God they freaking figure it out and do something about it, because on a 92X, especially a 92X performance, you're talking about almost twice the price of a standard 92X pistol. What the hell are they thinking? What is going on? Why the hell do they think that it makes sense to send a pistol out that can get aftermarket grips? Or why are they sending aftermarket grips, again, that are thinner than factory without the frickin' screws? Why is this happening? This is a $1,400, almost $1,500 frickin' dollar pistol. Why aren't they sending the $150 grips with a proper set of frickin' screws so you can utilize them on the pistol? It's a chunk of change, and they need to get their shit together. There's nothing else to it. The frustration.